I'm going to be straight with you. I am not sure whether my clothing brand is going to make it or not. But what I want to do in this video is share with you my thoughts around why that might not matter and why you should start a clothing brand, even if it ultimately goes on to fail. So it's quite an unusual perspective, I suppose, and probably not something or topic that you've come across through various searches on how to start and grow a clothing brand. But you know, I thought to myself, it's the 1st of January now, what video are you going to create? And I could have gone for a video that tried to target as many views as possible, but I thought, you know what, Chris, start as you mean to go on in the new year and create something that is meaningful, that you can share with people, an important message. So that's what I'm trying to do with this video. Now, I'm not for a minute suggesting that you should go out and deliberately aim to fail with your clothing brand. Clearly that would be ridiculous. But what I want to do in this video is share with you sort of 3 key reasons or benefits, if you like, that might come from starting a clothing brand that is ultimately not as successful as you might like it to be. So slightly different take, but I hope you enjoy it. So the first reason is around dispelling this fear of failure and adopting the right mindset that allows you to ultimately take that first step, the most difficult step, which is actually starting anything, in this case a clothing brand. And I think one of the things that I've learned really over the last 2 or 3 years of having started my own cycling apparel brand is that you need to think in on a longer term horizon. So if you can think of, how you measure success, and maybe that success is something that you don't measure on a monthly or even yearly basis, but it becomes something that you strive to achieve over the course of maybe 5 or 10 years, it allows you to adopt this mindset of giving yourself the freedom to experiment and fail, because ultimately you are going to fail, and there's obviously, I don't need to tell you that through failure comes learning. And there's this saying, isn't there, that he who fails fastest wins first. And there's this idea of failing forward, so you kind of stumble your way through and learn as you go. So I think, I've had this fear of failure, this sort of perfectionism that stops you from taking on new challenges and leaves you sat in your comfort zone. And if you really want to try and break out of that mold that maybe you feel that society has created for you in the work that you're doing day to day, then this longer term outlook can help you take those important first steps. Now, I'm 44 years old now. I've always known that I wanted to have my own successful business. I've always wanted to be financially independent, but it took me 20 years, at least 20 years, to take that leap of faith to go all in on start my own clothing brand. And I guess what I'm saying here is, if you adopt that mindset early on in the process of starting your clothing brand, then it kind of removes that fear of taking those first steps that you need to get started. Okay, so if we've been able to dispel this fear of failure around starting your own clothing brand, maybe it's individual elements or projects within the lifetime of your clothing brand, or maybe it's the whole thing that's just not worked out, then you're going to come across thoughts and opinions from other people. Now, I think over time you just have to start giving less of a damn about what people want, because ultimately people are far less concerned with what you're doing than their own lives. I think that's something that I've sort of developed over the years. I've started to give less of a damn about what other people think. So hopefully you're on that journey as well. But more importantly, if you're in this place of accepting fear and that there are things that are beyond your control that are ultimately might lead to your failure, then one of the positives that can come from it is that just very simply one thing leads to another. Now, if you start a clothing brand and ultimately you're successful, then that's awesome. You've got a cool clothing brand that you continue to grow year on year on year. But if you're not successful, then all you've merely done is taken that next step along the journey to identify what it is that you are going to be successful at. And I think this is something that you learn over time that I probably didn't really learn early enough, and that is that you need to be able to experiment with different things in order to identify what you're good at, what you're not good at, what you enjoy, what you don't enjoy, in order that you can then identify, the next step on the journey, because hopefully you'll live a long life and there'll be multiple steps that allow you to progress to what it is that you want to achieve. And I think this is a little bit where I am with my own clothing brand at the moment, VÉLOKIND, which is a cycling apparel brand. I started my own clothing brand as a means of hopefully achieving my own financial freedom. Now, if it transpires that over the years I end up achieving that ultimate goal through some other means, then I'm totally cool with that. And maybe this could be a place that you're in as well. Now, when I started a clothing brand, I had no idea how to create content. I absolutely hated looking at myself, not just on video, but at any sort of photograph. So I feel like I've come a huge way, huge distance in terms of myself as a content creator. So I'm really enjoying what I'm doing, creating these videos for you. Clearly, I can't continue to create these videos if I don't have a successful clothing brand as well. So one feeds the other. So the hope is that, I continue and do make a success of the clothing brand in order that I can share more learnings with you around the journey that I'm going on as well. And that's where I want to be with this. But I'm also mindful of as well that as I've developed these new skills, it's kind of opened up my perspective to other opportunities. Specifically in and around content creation, I've really enjoyed just the process of creating, and when I can't do that, I get quite frustrated. So there is the potential for me to branch off into other channels on YouTube. I've got a few little ideas, but that's perhaps something for another video. So hopefully you can see for yourself that through the creation of a clothing brand, I've then been able to create this YouTube channel, which is very close to being monetized. So I will create another revenue stream from that. And I've got that skill set now that I can then replicate on other channels, should I wish. So that's just an example of how one thing can lead to another. So the third reason why I think you should start a clothing brand, even if it fails, is in order that you can live a life of no regrets. Now, you would not be watching this video unless you have had some sort of inkling, some sort of idea. Maybe it's from years ago, or maybe it's something that you're actively working on around starting a clothing brand. So how long are you going to wait before you take that chance on yourself and go in for it? So I've done it. I don't regret it, even though I'm sat here saying I'm not sure whether it's going to be a success or not. Now, when you watch videos or you read about regret, then people that are very elderly, that are reaching the end of their life, they tend to regret the things that they haven't done rather than the things that they have done. Now, I'm not suggesting that you go into this without taking serious consideration of the risk, and obviously you're going to do exactly what I did, which is learn the nuts and bolts of starting a clothing brand in order that you can make the best possible success of it. But I would urge you not to live a life where you don't take a chance on yourself. I was watching a really interesting podcast from the Diary of a CEO just recently, and there was a gentleman on there. I forget what his name was now, but I'll leave a link in the description. But he was a very senior exec at Google X, and he was explaining that he'd done a very interesting exercise whereby they'd asked over 12,000 people. It's what they called the eraser test. So they asked 12,000 people to think and pinpoint a very difficult or traumatic point in their life. And he gave them a theoretical option. So do you want to erase that from your life? No, it was a question of, not erasing it from memory, but actually erasing the event. And he asked people if they wanted to erase it. And the catch was, if you like, that erasing the event would erase everything that resulted directly from that specific incident. So the friends that you met as a result, the learnings that you took as a result. And the fascinating thing was that over 99% of people said, despite some of these things being very challenging and traumatic in their earlier life, they did not want to erase it. They wanted to continue the path that they'd taken. And this kind of plays into that idea of regret, doesn't it? And the fact that who we are and who we become is ultimately the sum not of the easy parts of life, but of the very difficult, challenging periods. So what I would say to you is, don't be afraid to take the leap. Trust yourself and take it step by step. I hope you feel more ready as a result of watching this video. If you need a bit more, check this video out here.